They didn't. Thor's Team Battle did not win this event. They did not win the badge. Other teams did. And they also solved and wrote a write-up that is linked on the DEF CON site to how they solved the badge.
This guy is a lazy fuck. He doesn't do any work. He's working on other side projects, not the one he's actually been paid like $20,000 to do. 4 times more than he has. It's taken him fucking like over 7 years. %, saying watch? Yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Has your YouTube recommended been bombarded by shorts from PirateSoftware? Mine is too. All the time I get these recommendations from PirateSoftware, and over time I started watching them, and he's a really content creator. He makes a lot of sometimes just common sense life shorts, like the clips from his stream where he talks about life and gives a pretty good outlook on it, or more commonly the gaming industry or the hacking community. He gives us good experience with it, some anecdote, but it's generally very entertaining. Have you seen this map? Has your YouTube recommended been bombarded by shorts from PirateSoftware? Mine is too. All the time I get these recommendations from PirateSoftware, and over time I started watching them, and he's a really good content creator. He makes a lot of sometimes just common sense life shorts, like the clips from his stream where he talks about life and gives a pretty good outlook on it, or more.
Have I covered the recent pirate drama? Honestly, it's so fucking big. Everybody's reviewed it, right? Chud went over it. Fairly sure Queenman's gone over it. Everybody's gone over it. The clips are going fucking huge on Reddit. Okay, I'm assuming everyone's already seen that. All right. I might go over all of that tomorrow. Maybe not. I'll see. I'll see what people think.
Commonly the gaming industry or the hacking community. He gives us good experience with it. Some anecdote, but it's generally very entertaining. His opinion on it is generally very agreeable. Yeah. And he's a big voice on Twitch. He has 2 million subscribers on YouTube and 1 million followers on Twitch. So he's one of the biggest voices for game development in the content creator space right now, which is very vital, very useful. I commend him for doing it. But I personally,
I don't know if I'm visually retarded. I always thought that was a beard on his little skeleton guy.
I have pre-existing conceptions of this guy because I come into contact with reels in this content before, and there was one reel I'll get into, or a YouTube short, that he made that I did not agree with, and on research I found him to just be wrong on it. And I will get into that. Before that, I want to get into what is probably going to be a more important issue to a lot of people, which is PirateSoftware itself and the game they're developing. My first criticism of PirateSoftware of 2, and the more important one, obviously, to most people, but not as important to me. I hold more personal stake in the other one. Is that well, let me introduce. They're a 3-man studio. They have Jason Thorhall, director, the lead artist Brady Shea, and Stain, I think. So they have the composer and sound design. 3 people working at the studio making this game, Heartbound. And Heartbound here, you can see, went on to Steam Greenlight back when that was the thing in 2016. This is when they had made enough of the game to put out a small little, media release to say, you want to support my game.
There might be another angle to the pirate drama that, yeah, that's true. That's true. Although, yeah, a lot of shit already said and done about it, but yeah.
On Greenlight, and Greenlight at their Steam Greenlight, and it was. Well, people wanted this type of game, they were down to play it, and so they got Greenlit. And then, a few months later, they got on Kickstarter, February 2015, and they got funded pretty soon. Okay. And yeah, it made its goal in I think a day or 2, and yeah, it went over nearly 20K within the next month. So,
Jesus Christ! So this hasn't been this is 18 months since he's updated any of this. 2016 is when it finished, and he's still developing it. I'm fairly sure I saw a short from the other day where he's working on the movement system, how you even move between certain rooms. Okay. Come on, you bastard.
A few months later, they got...
Brother. I'm getting dicked right now.
So March 2017, funded, beta is... It releases into early access Christmas Eve 2018. With it.
Strange OS fans don't see it. To be fair, I feel like nobody's fans ever really sees whatever, right? It's always going to seem like they've got a huge audience behind them.
The first 2 chapters of 5 planned chapters. So that's where we're almost 6 years ago.
It's still in early access. Okay.
6 years ago in 3 months. It'll be 6 years ago since it released in early.
Is he another Grums? Grums is annoying because he focuses on like political commentary while he's supposed to be like developing his game, right? But then again, this guy markets himself around being a developer, literally like PirateSoftware on Twitch, right? I don't know.
Early access with 2 factors.
I guess so.
So they've been working on the rest of the game for those nearly 6 years, 5 months, 5
Yeah,
years, and 9 months.
Grums.
What
This
has
guy doesn't grip.
come out
He
since
just
then?
seems
Well,
to have a huge
Chapter
fucking
3
ego.
is still not fully out. It is in the game to a certain extent, but it's not entirely finished. Now, I don't have personal stake in this game. I have not bought it. I have not played it. I've only seen gameplay. I've read about it, but it just seems very odd to me that in 6 years, a game that has been fully funded already and is on early access, so it's basically pre-orders. Like the game is mostly paid for 6 years ago, and they have yet to finish even the first part of 3 that they
Yeah,
here.
we get it.
So in start of January 2022, they started doing monthly updates on the and the game, which hasn't come out yet. So started doing monthly updates. Started doing this January 2022.
Okay, so they start doing monthly updates, and those end like 18 months ago. Okay.
Here in
Development
September
cycle.
is when they leak the game schedule a bit more into the actual game development, and they say 74% done. This is September 2023. Now, September 2023, and the game was enough to have a demo, a beta on Steam Greenlight, late November, December 2023.
So it's taken all this time to get a beta, like a beta version that people can like playtest.
Oh,
Jeez.
that is not great. Like this 97% animus, which they showed this in December 2023, it's still not out. I don't know how it's taken a year for 3%.
Funding games like this is iffy in general. Sometimes they can be great, right? Sometimes you'll have games that will flop, like a Star Citizen did, right? That never end up coming out. And then you sometimes have content creators who start to, get distracted by the notoriety of the game and stuff, right? But occasionally you have like gems, like Divinity Original Sin 2? Wasn't that a Kickstarter? Yeah. Like this game, I don't know if anyone has ever played it, right? If you haven't, I would fucking recommend it, okay? This game is fucking amazing. Yeah, there we are. But Larian Studios is an established games studio, right? It's not one guy trying to develop it. It's a team of people who, yeah, there we go. It got GameSpot's PC Game of the Year of 2014. It's fucking fantastic. Genuinely, if you haven't played it, you fucking should. It's amazing. But yeah, you have games like this that do like really, really well. A lot of games like that are successful, like indie games, were Kickstarters at one point. It just depends. It's not. All I'm saying is like, there's not one rule you can say for all of it, right?
Has been this has been what they've been working on for almost 6 years, and none of it's out yet. So here, this 74%, 74% been developed since it was by 2016, November 2016. It was enough to have a beta. So we'll give it that. We'll give it November 2016 to September 2024. We are coming up on 8 years, 7 years, and 10 months. Give or take a few days. There's 74%. That would imply 2.5 more years, more of an adage, over 2.5 more years for the rest of this development to do the 26% that's remaining. 2.5 years
This guy should make the
more
full
would
screen.
be a 10-year development cycle for the game. It'd be 2027.
Right. Jesus. So this will have taken over a decade by the time it's done.
By the time it comes out, early 2027. That's not good. That's very bad numbers. Because keep in mind, this is a indie game. This is like a like a pixel art indie game with a 20K budget from the original funding. Like, and it's looking like it's going to take 10 years. Let's compare this to 2 other examples. One, we'll go extreme first. Extreme example: Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the most expensive games of all time. One of the best games of all time. I haven't played it. Most people would still say it. And one of the biggest games of all time. It's a huge open world, a lot of stuff to do, very interactive. Heard a lot of things about like the small details like the horse's shit or something. That took them 8 years to do. We're almost on that for Heartbound now, and it's not even 75% done of our last check a year ago. Let's go another indie game, similar development.
Let me check does anyone have access to the Kickstarter page? How much money did he get for this in total? What's it called? Fucking Heartbound. Let's have a look. So 20k. I'm guessing in addition to other stuff. He only asked for 5,000 initially, or I guess it's a software development studio, so. Hmm.
I'd argue similar style of it, same game engine. Undertale. Undertale took about 32 months. And right here, he says in this.
So how long did Undertale take you to produce then?
It took me 2.7 years to create the whole thing.
2.7 years. Toby Fox was the singular developer for Undertale. He does say he created
Undertale was made by one guy. Okay.
some of the art. The vast majority of the art was created by another person, but he was the sole composer and sole designer, sole programmer. Jason Thorhall is the
And he composed all the music.
sole programmer and probably lead designer of his studio and of Heartbound. But he is not doing the art at all, and he's not doing the music at all. So how come Undertale, made by one guy almost entirely, besides the majority of the art, took less than 3
This
years,
fucking
and this is
guy.
taking over 7. And consider that right now, this Undertale's how long to be. Main story 7 hours, for completion of full experience of the game, do everything, 20 and a half hours. Of course. It's all the content. And this game is done in over under 3 years by one person, mostly. Here is Heartbound, which is with the current 250.
No. So for a 2-hour game, Jesus Christ. Come on.
of the content so far, at least about 2.
Fucking Yandere Simulator will be out before this fucking game is, alright? And he becomes a lolcow because of how bad he is. This guy's getting like consistently, what is he, like fucking 10k Andy? Something like that?
Point. We'll give it 2 point and a third. We'll say there's a third of Catherine.
It's like someone's seen someone draw a sketch for over a decade. Yeah, this is not supposed to be a big game. We've got other people doing the art and doing the music. So far, all we've seen, basically, is the art.
3 available on Steam right now. We'll be generous to say that. So 3.5 hours for 2 and a third. And be about 7.5 for a full game. Assuming they're all going to be about the same average of what is currently here. So less than half of Undertale. Which I'm not saying the game has to be. I'm not saying the game has to be big. That's not what I'm saying here. I'm saying that the game.
Yeah, one sec. Average viewership. Jesus. Okay. So PirateSoftware. Let's have a look at its stats. So, yeah, obviously there's like a good amount of drama going on. Jesus Christ. Yeah. $13K viewers. I'm guessing before this drama started, I don't know if that was a bad day for him, but he's getting consistently over 10K. And he's not even playing like his main game. Isn't Warcraft is supposed to be like his main thing, right? He plays Warcraft. 20K. Yeah. Number 1 in the fucking game rank. Number 9 Twitch rank. So he's in like the top 10 of streamers on Twitch. This fucking guy, Jesus Christ.
He's taking a very long time for a fraction of the content. So what is he doing? Like, what are they doing there? Like, it's been so long, and there's been very little development. And keep in mind, after this video, September 2023, the October update. This is the last one. October 2023. They have not made.
That's a good fucking point, actually. One sec.
A studio update. Since this, these yearly updates, these monthly updates, they do because they're trying to calm people down because the game is taking so long. They just stopped doing them. And again, what is this one? They for about 15 seconds talk about the demo. This is the last time they did a video on it. What's going on here? And the rest of this video is all about the Twitch community, the YouTube community, their site, a game jam we're doing, Russia. Like, where's the game? Where's the game developed? Like, the development stream. Looking inside, there's very little development. 7 years, Animus development, August 4th. What's this thing? Game Dev Showcase. He's not done these in a long time.
I mean, I don't need to be fucking harsh, right? It's fucking 2D. It's a 2D fucking. You walk around and then occasionally encounter enemies. Isn't the majority of like the production in this? If it's anything like, it looks like it's fucking cribbing, Undertale, right? Like the art design, everything, right? I thought the majority of the work there was in like the little animations and like designing the little games.
5 years ago, January 2019 was the last time he did an Animus update video here in the Showcase, and then he made a video talking about you should be a game developer.
Yeah,
make
I've
video
heard
games,
it's
and the game
supposed to be
Showcase,
like
and it's all talking
Earthbound
about
Spire or
making video
something,
games and not actually developing the video game. And don't get me wrong, I really appreciate Dorf for what he does because he gets on a large platform and talks about video games and really sells them to developers. He is
Stop sucking off. Call this guy a lazy freak.
the videos on the channel. He does game playthroughs and talk about a game, talk about ferrets.
But he's developing a
In
different
fact,
game.
sometimes when he does stream and he actually does some game development, he's not even developing Heartbound, he's developing another game, Block Game, which is a Minecraft MMO server thing, which is, I'm a hypocrite for saying.
So he's been paid by people through donations to develop a game. And then he's doing like a Minecraft server programming while he's on stream. I heard this earlier, right? Apparently, of all of the time he spent like doing development streams, he's done like 15 minutes in total, something stupid like that. I'm gonna have to check the KF thread.
This because I work on several projects too. This is an example of one of them. But working on an MMO Minecraft mod when you should be working on like your actual video game, like MMO, it's designed to like run for over time. Like you are constantly working on it, you're constantly adding content, and this is what he's spending time doing. Apparently, I don't know much about this one. And then halfway through, he plays games for the rest of the stream. Like, where's Heartbound? Where's Heartbound? Again, I don't have the game. I didn't buy the. I didn't like support the game. I didn't buy it. But I imagine if you did, you'd be like, "Where's the game? I want to play Heartbound. I want to be finished." And it's 74% finished as of a year ago, and we haven't seen an update. And in that last year, we have not seen any updates about the video game besides the demo thing, which was 9 months ago. And that's what it seems to me. I'm not in Boar's head or anything. I don't know, but it would seem to me that game development's kind of on the back burner. He would rather be working on his brand and his content creation around like game development as industry and like promoting it and talking about it and like streaming about it and streaming games and talking about like the game development industry from the outside, like, playing a game.
Right, so we'd rather fucking LARP, is what you're saying. I like this guy. Seems like he's done like a good video. I don't know why he just doesn't like come out and say it. This guy is a lazy fuck. He doesn't do any work. He's working on other side projects, not the one he's actually been paid like $20,000 to do. 4 times more than he asked. It's taken him fucking like over 7 years. Call him a lazy fuck. I don't care if he's like promoting the development of video games.
Talking about that game from the experience of someone who has developed them, that's useful. That is good content.
This guy's too nice.
It just would seem to me that outside of maybe like the Steam reviews or some people are like, "Where's the game? It's been a long time, it's not out yet." And besides, outside of there, it doesn't feel like anyone's really talking about this issue. My only ask, I guess, my thing I in place. But I have a more pertinent, like, personal issue with some of the content that PirateSoftware brought this.
He's probably afraid of... Yeah, I didn't even think about that. He probably is afraid of getting sworn by Pirates fans. Yeah, that's probably true, actually.
Has created and has been clipped and uploaded to a stream. And shorts, they go viral, and a bunch of people watch them and go, "I like this guy. He says some good things." And when you regularly make videos, this is the fault of being a good content creator. When you regularly make hard hitting, like real videos where you like talk about real issues and like have like a nuanced perspective on them, and like it makes sense and you're very rational. By making this good content, they may not know that when you do make a subpar piece of content that has information in it, they may not recognize it because they trust you. So months ago, one of my favorite shows of all time, Mr. Robot. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. It's probably my favorite like live action show of all time. It's very good, and it gives like a very, if you don't know what it is, watch it. But it gives a very good look into hacking. And he made a comment on stream that was clipped and been put into a reel or a short called "Mr. Robot Sucks." Let's watch it right now.
As an OPSEC specialist, how I could use Mr. Robot? I don't like Mr. Robot. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't like Mr. Robot. I don't like Mr. Robot because they took some information that they should not have taken from a write-up that I did on some puzzles that I solved at DEF CON, and then they put them into an episode of the show. And I found out about it.
Okay. So he's saying the script writers for Mr. Robot plagiarized from him. Okay.
And the only source for that knowledge was my write-up. Don't do that. You're bad, Mr. Robot. You'll always be bad. Always. Yeah. Do you want to know what the solution for that was? Do you want to know what one of the solutions for that was? It was the Puzzle Master's personal cell phone number, to which he got thousands of calls. Maybe don't put things in your episode if you don't know what it is. Maybe don't do that. Idiots. As an OPSEC specialist.
All right. And before we get into that, actually,
Why would you? Okay.
I was like writing this video, like front in my head, and then one day I got a new YouTube recommended called Mr. Robot, and just seeing the thumbnail, I was like, he's talking about it again. And I already have my problems with this, right? This one, I will get to this. But then I noticed today, this is what I saw this today, hours ago, and this is what made me record this video now, is I saw this one, and he just reiterates essentially what he said there.
All right, so the reason I don't like Mr. Robot, this right here is my write-up for the DEF CON 22 badge challenge. Went viral as hell inside of the hacking community. And it was because I listed out everything that we did as a team and showed the world the brilliance of Lost, who is the creator of these challenges. And the first thing you can see here is a number letter cipher. So 1 would be A, 2 would be B, so on and so forth. And you can see at the end of this, these last pieces of 1057, Lost's name is 1057. He goes by Lost, and 1057 is his handle. That is his signature at the end of this. And now let's go to Mr. Robot's Twitter. Understand that this was the only place in the world that this was listed. Mr. Robot reposted this right here. That's that same string. But what did they leave off the end? His signature. This is the same as taking an artist and removing their signature from their piece of art. They made it public to millions of Mr. Robot fans. And those people went and found all of the breadcrumbs that led after this, which led to Lost's personal phone number. He got tens of thousands of calls from fans of Mr. Robot.
So you published it.
Thinking Mr. Robot was running an ARG, and I stopped watching the show as a result. And they never took it down. Absolute dog shit. All right, so...
All right. So after I saw the first video, I had already done the research and found out that basically everything that is claimed here is incorrect. So first claim. He gets into it and he says, yeah, I didn't like it because they
Okay, I like this guy's video again.
took the puzzles I resolved DEF CON from a write-up I did. Is this true? No. So Potato Head Security, which is, I believe, this was a team that is run by Thor mainly, that went to DEF CON 22, which is where this puzzle was, and solved it. And for background, so in episode 9, I believe, of Mr. Robot Season 2, they basically took this first step out of the 6, I think, steps in this badge challenge, this hacking thing. They took pretty much the entire first step, word from word, from the DEF CON pamphlet. So all of it. So in the show, he needs to, I won't spoil what happens, but basically a character has to solve ciphers, and it is this cipher, this part right here. And then he gets this, and he cleans it up, and he gets the parent pages will help you find your calling, etc., etc. He does the same thing here with the replacements and the cutting out the duplicate numbers, etc., the Erdos Woods values. And then this translates to a phone number that then the character calls. And the phone number in the show is not all there. It is partially censored. But I will give him some credit here that they did go on and tweet out, basically, the cipher right here. They went out and tweeted out this part minus J57, the handle. So like first. So again, there's a claim in here where he said they removed his handle. Probably true, but I mean, like, the handle's only really here. But 1057, that's lost. That he stylized as 1057, lost. So they cut out this part here because if you translate it here, it's J57 because of the 10. If you take the 10, if the 57 is the only part doesn't actually fit with the digital outfit replacement. And obviously, it doesn't really fit in the lore of the show either. Lost is not a character in the show or anything. And this is like, in the show, this was lore characters creating this puzzle for a reason. So of course it's cut out from this because it was just the J57 or the 1057 would stand out right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about posting it to the Twitter page. We'll get into that a bit more. But they did, and I don't think cutting out the handle was like that problematic, honestly, considering the tweet it is in. Basically, and then Thor replied to this tweet with saying, this is the challenge made by this guy. Here's a walkthrough on my Tumblr page. I don't know like how viral this got in the hacker space or anything. This tweet has 63 likes, and if you go to the Tumblr post.
So it wasn't even plagiarized by him now. So the story's changing already. So initially he says, they stole from me. They stole my challenge. Then he says, oh, it was made by Lost. They stole it from that guy. Turns out it's in a public pamphlet.
It has 206 notes. Not majorly viral. Yeah, people did see it, but I don't know about, hugely viral in the hacking space. Maybe it did. Maybe 206 is huge in this circle at the time. I'm not sure, but it's not like a lot of people saw this, but some people did. But let's get into the first claim that they took this knowledge from Thor's write-up. He says it was the only place they got. He says in this one, only place in the world. This is not true. First, here's a DEF CON pamphlet. You can find this on the DEF CON official site, the 2022 pamphlet, or the 22 DEF CON 22 pamphlet, and here's the cipher right there. Like here's the first part that they translate right here. And first of all, anyone at Mr. Robot could have heard about this or found this information for free or solved this themselves to get this part. Like this public information, but this exists. But there are also other write-ups. Thor's team did not win this event. They did not win the badge. Other teams did. And they also solved and wrote a write-up that is linked on the DEF CON site to how they solved the badge. And again, people, they had
This fucking guy.
They were very smart. They could also just solve it.
Right, so his team didn't even fucking win it. I'm guessing they didn't get it first. Other people solved it. but this is put out by the conference, right, in the fucking pamphlet. And then he's saying that they plagiarized from him, because he happened to be one of the people who solved it and put up a write-up, despite other teams also putting up write-ups. Where does this fucking guy get off? He's just obsessed with himself, isn't he?
All of us have heard about it. There's no way this is the only thing. This 206-page or note thing,
Hey, Goro,
6
how's
years
it
later,
going?
is the only way they could have gotten it when other write-ups exist, and a pamphlet is just free information to find. Like, I would not even call it probable, and calling it the only thing in the world is just a lie. And I just don't understand how you can think it is the only thing in the world when the pamphlet, he got it from a pamphlet, and the pamphlet is accessible online, and he didn't win the badge, and other teams competed this place. Sorry, 8 years. And in 8 years, this has been 206.
Bear in mind, the initial claim is not they stole from my team. He says they stole it from me.
So,
He is obsessed with
and
his
I mean,
himself.
tens of thousands of people
Thank
attend DEF CON every year. Like a lot of other people would know about this, and
He got 3 DEF CON badges. That's fine, right? I understand that. He might have like DEF CON badges, right? The claim is he stole. They say he's claiming that they stole this. They stole the solution to this cipher, despite the fact that it's public. It was put out to the public by the conference, and then other people solved it first. He didn't win. His team didn't
presumably
win.
people interested in making a show and consulting for a show about technical accuracy about hacking may go to one of the biggest hacking conventions ever. I think that's a pretty fair assumption. But also,
It's just the BS
again,
injuries.
one of the consultants from Mr. Robot in season 2 was Jeff Moss. Jeff Moss, you might know as the founder and director of DEF CON. It's reasonably assumable that the founder and director of DEF CON probably gave him permission to use a puzzle that was used at DEF CON, that he assumably owns the rights to, considering he owns the conference. At the very least, they could have heard about it from him, but he did make a good point. They removed the handle, and it's removing the artist's signature. That is kind of bad. They remove the signature. You know that you can have genuine problems with that. You could have genuine problems with that. Maybe the guy here with puzzles lost. Maybe he has a problem with that.
Who
Does he?
cares?
No, actually. When the episode aired, he said thank you to the guy who owns DEF CON and the consultant for the show. He thanked DEF CON and he thanked Coradonna, the writer of Mr. Robot. Said thank you for using the puzzle.
So this guy doesn't
He goes on
even
to say,
fucking care.
I'm flattered and I enjoy it. It's okay. No need to attack him. He's doing a great job. When the Coradonna cut out, hey, we referenced this. Thank you to director of DEF CON and a guy who wrote the puzzle. They probably did not ask him specifically, can we use this? But he didn't mind. Again, maybe you can say, oh, it's kind of messed up. They didn't credit him. But
Right. So it wasn't even like directly stealing it. They could have used something else. It was just like a nod or like a reference to the conference.
he's like, oh, I'm flattered you guys. I love Mr. Robot. He's a big fan. So Doran's not connected to this at all, it would seem. Besides, he does seem to be a little bit acquaintances, at least, if not friends with Lost. So he could just be, indignant on behalf of his friend. But Lost doesn't care, and they didn't really do anything wrong. They didn't steal from Thor. He has no real dog in this fight. Why is he so mad about this?
Yeah, why is he inserting himself into the situation? Oh, I've just
He's
fucking
indignant on the
spoiled it
behalf
for
of people who are
myself.
not indignant, who are actually happy with the situation. And it's not affecting him at all. The guy actually affected doesn't care. He's actually happy with the situation. But instead he's saying, I'm affected by this when he's not. And saying, this is really bad at this, when the only person who actually is affected by this that I know of, am I. But what's the other claim? The last claim there was that it was his personal phone that the number was connected to that was showed. And by the way, Thor includes this number in his write-up as well. The write-up that went viral in the hacking community. So, I guess he's mad that they doxed him better than he did. He even tweeted that in response to the puzzle being tweeted. He linked to it again. So, it's not like he's also posting the guy's phone number. He didn't delete it either.
But no, he did criticize them for being like, if you don't know what you're putting out there, don't put it out. But he literally put out his phone number. Okay.
He also has this. He attached it to this. Even if it's deleted, you can still find this tweet also, where he leaks the phone number. So, why are you mad they didn't delete this? Well, neither did you, but the same information. And furthermore, the claim, his personal phone number? Really? This guy's a big figure in the hacking community. He makes puzzles hacking community. I'm sure it's a phone he owned, but his personal phone number he gave to tens of thousands of people on a pamphlet. I think if he was getting thousands of calls every day, he'd be a lot more angry. And he does refer to it. He says, it's really weird. It really weirds people out when I randomly answer the Mr. Robot number instead of letting it ring through. The Mr. Robot number. A few years ago, 3 years after this event, he said, just got another call on the Mr. Robot number. Yes, people are going back to the real episode. Adding the Mr. Robot.
The risk. Right, so it's not even his personal phone number. Oh, shit. I'll cut that out in post if I make a segment out of this. Okay, let's swap over. Yeah, I know. I died. I'm retarded. Hello, I'm back. Nice.
Robot show. He doesn't seem to be mad at all, and he again calls it the Mr. Robot number. It's not impossible, but it's hard to believe a big hacker guy who's very tech savvy would give his phone number to 10,000 people, have it be in write-ups, public information published on other sites, have the pamphlet with his phone number through the code hidden in here, and then not be mad when a TV show puts it out there and people start calling him again. He just thinks it's like funny, thinks it's neat. He's like, it's like, oh, that's cool. It's kind of cool we're doing that. He doesn't mind.
Right.
I just cannot believe it's this person that he would want to do something. I have seen comments though that Salvis Barber, he became a creative consultant, called him Mr. Robot, and said, oh, maybe, you know, they hired him for hush money. Maybe they did.
So the guy they're even I don't know if you can see this. This is really small. This guy could have done this so much better. Okay. So this is the guy who apparently got fucked over. Right? And he's a fucking creative consultant on the fucking show. Okay.
Do something. They have a contract with them to, like, he cannot sue them or publicly talk trash on Mr. Robot as long as they pay him X money for
Doesn't
doing
look
so.
like he
And
was
for
going
working for
to
them.
anyway.
Maybe that's true.
He seemed happy
But it's not
with it.
because right here he says on Reddit that he's not consulting for the show, but he did offer to after this happened. He's spoken to her number, and he would have happily helped him if they had asked him to. He loves the show. So he was like, oh, I love the show. I now offer to consult him after this happened, and if they had asked me to consult him, I would have consulted him. And he's not upset at all. He's
Well, no. It doesn't seem like they fucked him over at all. In fact, apparently, he got made a creative consultant after this cipher got put out on the show. So he's clearly happy enough with them that he took a creative consultant job. Doesn't seem like they fucked him over at all.
It just seems that pretty much everything in this video and either of these shorts is a lie. He just says that, you know, they took this from my write-up. That's not true. There's no reason to believe that. There's other reasons to believe the opposite, because they had multiple sources were connected to them, unless he personally knows.
The winner.
Unless he personally talked to, which he never makes this claim, unless he personally talked to someone from the show and they said, yeah, we got it from your thing, which, I mean, again, he's never said this. He's never made this claim. Unless that is the case, they did not take it from his thing, from his write-up.
But this was the only place in the world that this was listed.
It's not true.
Off the end, his signature. This is the same as taking an artist and removing their signature from their piece.
You can say it's bad, but, like, he doesn't mind. He went on to work for them. He was very happy with it. And the call thing, I mean, I have no reason to believe it was his personal number besides this guy's claim. That's pretty much everything. I mean, those are my own problems, my own things I've seen that I think are just bad that they have done on this channel or just in development. And some things I think that they've done that I just don't agree with. I think are just questionable to bad. I think the Mr. Robot thing is just
Okay, he's rambling at the end, which I can't really criticize. I did the exact same thing.